Forget regular celebrity gossip because the internet just stumbled into an absolute war zone. We're talking about midnight meltdowns, cryptic broadcasts, and alleged audio drops that exposed everything. Now, Remy, Papoose, and Claressa Shields find themselves completely trapped in a radioactive scandal so chaotic that it makes your favorite reality television show look incredibly boring. Insiders are already whispering that the public drama we are witnessing right now is barely the tip of the iceberg. Social media completely melted down last night after a wave of alleged leaks hit the timeline, featuring desperate direct messages, weeping voice notes, and receipts that seemingly confirmed massive behind-the-scenes hostility. Within seconds, global trends shifted entirely. TikTok creators were churning out frame-by-frame analyses. Massive Twitter spaces erupted with thousands of frantic spectators, desperately trying to separate absolute facts from orchestrated smoke screens. That was when a specific video completely shattered the internet. A chaotic screen recording suddenly materialized online, capturing raw admissions about hidden late-night chats, endless midnight calls, and a total reality check once the public speculation initially caught fire. Audiences instantly went quiet because this was not playful banter. This was not calculated clout chasing. It felt toxic, raw, and painfully real. The moment the digital world realized actual trauma was hiding beneath these major headlines, the entire narrative degenerated into absolute madness. Suddenly, internet detectives began dissecting ancient press runs, old archive photos, cryptic descriptions, and wiped interactions. Even casual interactions from a year ago are being cross-examined like crucial evidence in a literal murder trial. As one viral commentator noted, this toxic timeline did not materialize overnight, and some massive secrets have definitely been buried for ages. That single observation pulled in millions of impressions within mere moments. However, the situation grew infinitely darker when self-proclaimed industry insiders started suggesting that someone holds absolute receipts. Weaponized evidence so toxic it would completely obliterate the public reputations of everyone caught in the crossfire. Then came the terrifying declaration that completely froze the timeline. If the masses discovered the actual reality, they would weep, not mock, not speculate, weep. That specific phrase completely transformed the collective digital landscape because this officially ceased to be standard entertainment. It transformed into real betrayal, genuine agony, and years of toxic secrets finally exploding on the timeline while millions watched the carnage live. Now onlookers are desperately analyzing who is spinning the press, who is saving their own skin, and who is seconds away from dropping a career-ending bomb. Because behind every fake internet smile, every PR-trained reaction, and every meticulously crafted public statement, the foundation is completely crumbling. According to sources embedded in this madness, a massive screaming match allegedly went down away from cameras that left the entire circle completely traumatized. The massive twist is, absolutely nobody knows who pressed record. If that specific audio ever drops online, this entire house of cards is completely ruined forever. Spectators genuinely believe the drama had peaked after the initial wave of speculation absolutely dominated the timeline. Then the alleged secret audio notes materialized, completely shifting the narrative overnight. Instantly, onlookers stopped treating this like a standard Hollywood rumor mill. This transformed into something vicious, volatile, and deeply personal. Digital sleuths began dissecting broadcast clips frame by frame while Twitter timelines completely flooded with theories insisting deep resentment had been festering for months before the public caught on. Every archival interview suddenly sounded entirely compromised. Every single grin looked forced. Every public compliment felt totally orchestrated. Stuck directly in the center of the storm was Remy, desperately struggling to manipulate a narrative that audiences believe she completely lost control of the second the internet detected genuine heartbreak. According to rampant rumors, the situation officially detonated when alleged intimate chats involving Papoose and Claressa Shields began making the rounds through exclusive industry channels. The source of these massive leaks remains completely anonymous, but that didn't stop spectators from analyzing every single pixelated image like Supreme Court proof. Specific files supposedly captured heated reactions concerning exhaustive midnight calls that lasted for hours. Other drops suggested a certain party had been frantically trying to suppress the truth until raw feelings inevitably spilled into the open. Then came the broadcast that sent massive shockwaves through the entire digital ecosystem. Spectators caught the hostile energy immediately. The heavy silences, the panicked giggles, the heavily scripted phrasing. It seemed like everyone was desperately trying to drop hints without actually exposing the real truth. That specific dynamic drove the internet into absolute madness. At one point, spectators were entirely convinced a shadow figure off-screen was feeding lines in real time because multiple remarks felt far too specific to be a coincidence. One viral commentary stated, "This isn't a split. This is a massive psychological battle airing live for the entire world." That specific update went viral instantly, but things reached a boiling point when alleged sources stated a secret argument occurred behind closed doors. According to internet chatter, screaming matches erupted, toxic allegations were thrown, and someone completely fell apart after being totally humiliated by the brutal internet backlash. Whether those specific stories were factual or completely manufactured ceased to matter. The reputational fallout was already ripping through the digital landscape like an absolute wildfire. Every single time onlookers assumed the madness was finally dying down, a new clip dropped. Another private screenshot leaked. Another cryptic update emerged. Spectators began spotting passive-aggressive digs buried deep inside media appearances and broadcasts that seemed directed entirely at the opposite party. Audiences analyzed every single phrase like federal agents closing a case. Even completely harmless descriptions suddenly looked incredibly guilty. A basic picture upload triggered absolute mayhem after users insisted the upload schedule was a malicious swipe. Within moments, gossip blogs were dropping detailed breakdowns trying to extract malicious context from simple emojis and trending audio. That was precisely when the real emotional fallout became completely undeniable. Rumors started circulating that a primary player felt completely stabbed in the back by how fast their personal trauma became viral entertainment. Suppose close associates claimed actual weeping occurred behind closed doors while social media platforms kept treating human misery like a scripted reality show. A random insider even stated an individual became physically ill after watching their reputation get dragged for hours alongside infidelity rumors and completely fabricated narratives. Yet the internet showed zero mercy. Things degenerated further as spectators suddenly started resurrecting archival footage where fidelity, matrimony, devotion, and permanent partnerships had once been flaunted confidently before cameras. Those exact segments instantly gained massive traction. The stark contradiction between those vintage moments and the present-day madness truly devastated audiences. Observers began dropping comments stating, "This looks absolutely tragic now." Meanwhile, alternative factions accused every single party of maintaining a massive facade for decades. Then dropped the specific update that entirely flipped the collective sentiment. A supposed tape emerged online in which an individual suggested the masses would weep if they discovered the actual reality. That isolated quote detonated across the digital landscape like a literal explosive. Instantly, the speculation grew significantly more sinister. Onlookers started theorizing there were deep-seated betrayals that nobody has actually comprehended yet. Others assumed a specific player was hoarding documentation so toxic it could instantly wipe out careers in a single evening. The immense stress rapidly became impossible to hide. Audiences spotted incredibly hostile answers during real-time broadcasts, highly combative behaviors, and over-elaborate justifications. At a certain point, spectators grew totally convinced that every single creator was frantically trying to spin the story before a rival exposed the actual truth first. That deep panic infected the entire internet. TikTok accounts began spreading rumors that private cease and desist orders were flying behind closed doors. Twitter Spaces argued that specific updates were wiped following frantic panic calls between corporate representation groups. Media outlets hinted that several major names secretly stepped in trying to de-escalate the hostility before the madness collapsed the entire culture. Then a completely new development dropped. Suddenly, spectators started wondering if this entire feud originated years before the general public caught on. Vintage snapshots emerged. Historical links were intensely scrutinized. Users literally started magnifying backgrounds of random media files searching for hidden breadcrumbs. Every single timeline turned into absolute anarchy. Particular groups backed Remy aggressively, claiming she appeared completely drained and utterly destroyed by a history of mass disrespect. Alternative groups backed Claressa Shields ferociously, stating she was completely scapegoated into a toxic mess she played zero part in organizing. Meanwhile, Papoose stood directly at the center of a limitless dispute, with observers clashing over whether his stoic demeanor meant he was completely blameless or simply stoic because he possessed infinitely more data than the rest of the world. That specific argument turned completely feral. Rival camps began tearing into each other without a single break. Instagram, threads converted into literal war zones. Interactive chat feeds became entirely unmanageable. Clout chasers who possessed zero connection to the actual players suddenly inserted themselves into the narrative for easy engagement, fabricating synthetic screenshots and completely imaginary scenarios that merely drove the anarchy to a fever pitch. Then a highly specific whisper completely shattered the internet infrastructure. A media profile asserted that a secret audio file existed capturing a highly volatile showdown where a specific individual demanded clarity regarding months of deception. The page never delivered a single receipt, but the mere rumor sparked absolute hysteria online. Spectators instantly started guessing who was shouting, who was weeping, and who secretly tapped the record button in the very first place. The massive riddle drove the digital world completely feral. Each passing hour brought a brand new narrative. Every single narrative triggered a new war, and hidden inside the absolute noise, the actual targets appeared to be completely fracturing under the immense weight. Onlookers spotted total exhaustion during specific real-time appearances. Particular interactions felt volatile enough to ignite at any given millisecond. At one specific moment, a deeply uncomfortable silence during a mainstream interview went completely viral because spectators felt an individual looked moments away from a total mental collapse. That clip blanketed the timeline, and the discourse underneath grew unbelievably vicious. Particular sectors accused the targets of weaponizing tears for public sympathy. Others argued the visceral responses looked undeniably genuine, but absolutely nobody could find common ground on what the actual reality was anymore. That total ambiguity became the absolute most hazardous element of this entire scandal because once the public can no longer identify facts, every single conspiracy starts looking completely legitimate. That dynamic opened the floodgates without a single restriction. Suddenly, anonymous pages alleged elaborate infidelity timelines existed. Others asserted underground affairs overlapped for a significantly longer duration than anyone publicly acknowledged. Certain accounts even started publishing fake relationship diagrams trying to link alliances, corporate ties, and historical interactions like actual government conspiracies. The entire digital landscape grew completely hyperfixated. While the public watched the carnage play out openly, self-proclaimed sources kept dumping fuel directly onto the fire from the shadows. A media blogger asserted that a specific party was completely enraged that their actual suffering was weaponized for viral impressions. Another source claimed a massive shouting match erupted the second immediate relatives began watching the footage circulate on the timeline. That whisper triggered a massive wave of public disgust because onlookers started realizing how innocent children and family members would ultimately get caught in the toxic crossfire, which completely shifted the collective mood. Suddenly, the laughter completely died. The narrative started looking incredibly grim, deeply traumatic, and hauntingly human. But precisely when it appeared the fire might finally burn out, another real-time broadcast propelled the entire situation straight into nuclear territory. Audiences instantly picked up on the toxic energy from the very first frame. The vibe felt completely frozen, highly defensive, and intensely manufactured. Then passive-aggressive remarks started dropping regarding allegiance, honesty, and individuals playing a character for internet clout. Fans completely clipped every single phrase and distributed them across the timeline within mere moments. Then came the dead stare. An extended silence during the live transmission instantly converted into one of the absolute most dissected moments on the internet because spectators swore it looked like a certain party desperately wanted to expose far more than their legal contracts or fragile mental states would allow. TikTok influencers slowed the footage down completely, while users flooded the comments arguing that a single look confirmed the entire conspiracy. The internet completely detonated all over again. At this specific stage, the situation ceased to be basic pop culture entertainment. It escalated into psychological warfare broadcast live on the global stage. According to individuals allegedly embedded in the inner circle, basic trust had completely disintegrated behind closed doors. Sources stated absolutely nobody knew who to confide in anymore because intimate discussions kept hitting gossip blogs almost instantly after occurring. Others maintained that massive secrets remained completely buried because exposing them to the light would unleash absolute, irreversible destruction. That distinct possibility completely terrified the public because if this was merely the data individuals were comfortable hinting at on camera, what monstrous secrets were still hiding in the dark? That exact question started driving the internet completely insane. Users refreshed their feeds non-stop waiting for the inevitable secondary detonation. Every single ambiguous status update created widespread panic. Every single deleted communication ignited massive theories. Every single live stream felt like a ticking explosive device. Then in the dead of night, a massive rumor surfaced stating a specific individual was finally preparing to drop ultimate receipts to completely kill the opposing narrative once and for all. Zero concrete data ever materialized on the timeline, but onlookers immediately entered a state of total panic. Particular groups demanded the actual documentation. Others warned the entire circle to pull back before absolute ruin was finalized. But by that point, the damage was completely done. The public had become entirely addicted to the absolute madness. Hidden behind the scenes, raw feelings were reportedly hitting a fatal breaking point. Because according to a final alleged leak that blanketed industry channels overnight, there is still one unreleased master tape that absolutely nobody has heard yet. A recording sources state will completely reverse public alignment forever. A file that supposedly features raw weeping, toxic allegations, and a single declaration so jaw-dropping that everyone present in the room was left completely paralyzed. Now the internet is waiting in total terror, watching, reloading timelines every single minute, because if that specific tape ever hits the public, every single assumption regarding this feud will completely shatter into pieces. Honestly, after everything we just exposed, one specific fact is absolutely undeniable. This entire saga is nowhere near its conclusion, because with every single day fresh rumors emerge, new media clips go viral, and the public uncovers more hidden context buried deep inside this massive fallout involving Remy, Papoose, and Claressa Shields. Right now, absolutely nobody can separate facts from corporate PR or identify who is quietly plotting to drop the ultimate bomb that will completely shatter the internet all over again. But now, the floor belongs entirely to you. Who has your vote? Who is burying the truth? If those rumored recordings and hidden documentation finally leak online, whose career actually survives the blast? Drop your analysis in the comments right now, because this entire discourse is growing more volatile by the second. Trust me, the world is dissecting every single word. Specific groups are backing Remy with everything they have. Others are writing for Claressa till the very end, and a massive portion of the audience believes Papoose is hiding a lottery worth of secrets. Do not stay quiet. Enter the battlefield before the next massive development completely flips the board again. If you thought this entire saga was chaotic today, just wait until the next leak hits the ecosystem, because insiders are already whispering that major chaos is dropping significantly sooner than anyone anticipated. Smash that like button, subscribe immediately, and activate those notifications right now, because you absolutely cannot afford to miss the next update when this entire bomb goes off again. The timeline is moving at light speed. The drama keeps getting more intense, and the ultimate revelation could drop at any given millisecond. Honesty, and absolute phonies playing characters for internet clout. Spectators instantly sliced every single sentence and distributed them across the timeline within mere moments. Then came the death stare. An extended, freezing silence during the live transmission instantly converted into one of the absolute most replayed clips on the web because viewers swore it looked like a certain party desperately wanted to expose far more than their legal contracts or fragile mental states would allow. TikTok influencers slowed the footage down completely, while users flooded the comments arguing that a single look confirmed the entire conspiracy. The internet completely detonated all over again. At this specific stage, the situation ceased to be basic pop culture entertainment. It escalated into psychological warfare broadcast live on the global stage. According to individuals allegedly embedded in the inner circle, Basic trust had completely disintegrated behind closed doors. Sources stated absolutely nobody knew who to confide in anymore because intimate discussions kept hitting gossip blogs almost instantly after occurring. Others maintained that massive secrets remained completely buried because exposing them to the light would unleash absolute, irreversible destruction. That distinct possibility completely terrified the public because if this was merely the data individuals were comfortable hinting at on camera, what monstrous secrets were still hiding in the dark? That exact question started driving the internet completely insane. Users refreshed their feeds non-stop waiting for the inevitable secondary detonation. Every single ambiguous status update created widespread panic. Every single deleted communication ignited massive theories. Every single live stream felt like a ticking explosive device. Then in the dead of night, a massive rumor surfaced stating a specific individual was finally preparing to drop ultimate receipts to completely kill the opposing narrative once and for all. Zero concrete data ever materialized on the timeline, but onlookers immediately entered a state of total panic. Particular groups demanded the actual documentation. Others warned the entire circle to pull back before absolute ruin was finalized. But by that point, the damage was completely done. The public had become entirely addicted to the absolute madness. Hidden behind the scenes, raw feelings were reportedly hitting a fatal breaking point. Because according to a final alleged leak that blanketed industry channels overnight, there is still one unreleased master tape that absolutely nobody has heard yet. A recording, sources state, will completely reverse public alignment forever. A file that supposedly features raw weeping, toxic allegations, and a single declaration so jaw-dropping that everyone present in the room was left completely paralyzed. Now the internet is waiting in total terror, watching, reloading timelines every single minute, because if that specific tape ever hits the public, every single assumption regarding this feud will completely shatter into pieces. Honestly, after everything we just exposed, one specific fact is absolutely undeniable. This entire saga is nowhere near its conclusion because with every single day fresh rumors emerge, new media clips go viral, and the public uncovers more hidden context buried deep inside this massive fallout involving Remy, Papoose, and Claressa Shields. Right now, absolutely nobody can separate facts from corporate PR or identify who is quietly plotting to drop the ultimate bomb that will completely shatter the internet all over again. But now, the floor belongs entirely to you. Who has your vote? Who is burying the truth? If those rumored recordings and hidden documentation finally leak online, whose career actually survives the blast? Drop your analysis in the comments right now, because this entire discourse is growing more volatile by the second. Trust me, the world is dissecting every single word. Specific groups are backing Remy with everything they have. Others are writing for Claressa till the very end, and a massive portion of the audience believes Papoose is hiding a lottery worth of secrets. Do not stay quiet. Enter the battlefield before the next massive development completely flips the board again. If you thought this entire saga was chaotic today, just wait until the next leak hits the ecosystem, because insiders are already whispering that major chaos is dropping significantly sooner than anyone anticipated. Smash that like button, subscribe immediately, and activate those notifications right now, because you absolutely cannot afford to miss the next update when this entire bomb goes off again. The timeline is moving at light speed. The drama keeps getting more intense, and the ultimate revelation could drop at any given millisecond.